Hello everybody, welcome to Lucy's Kitchen. Okay, we're gonna make some fried rice, some Oriental fried rice. I already prepped all the vegetables and the meats. What I'm doing right now is I'm browning 2 thick slices of bacon, and I'm gonna leave the grease in there until they're crunchy. And I'm gonna show you what I already have prepped here. I've got 1 carrot, julienne, a handful of fresh green beans, a stalk of celery, half a zucchini cut in wedges like that, in about 2-inch pieces. I've got broccoli. I have cabbage. I got about a half a can of corn. I got a chicken breast cooked and cut. Gonna do some slicing of some green onions right now. I already have 1 garlic chopped right there. I've already cut some ham. This is about 5 slices of sandwich ham, and maybe about 2 dozen shrimps that have already been cooked and peeled, and a meat. Like, this is a New York strip, I think. Not sure. These come in a package at Walmart, so just take 1 and slice it just the way I sliced the bacon, in little strips like that. And then I have 6 eggs right there. Basically, it's using 1 egg per person, but since I'm making enough for 2 days worth of rice for my boys and myself, so I doubled up the eggs. I already cooked this particular size cup full all the way to about right there of rice. Put it in here and poured 3 identical size cups of water. I let it boil, and then when it was boiling, I reduced the heat, and now it's done and it's ready to go. And so I'm going to use, as far as seasonings, of course, your black pepper. I'm going to use sesame seed oil. This is the key ingredient. Doesn't matter what brand. Like, I have one right here, Kiko-Man, but there's very little left, so I'm going to probably need to break open the new one. And this one is Imperial Dragon. Jugo Maggi, which is kind of like a concentrated soy sauce. I've got a soy sauce right there, and I've got oyster sauce, which is also a key ingredient. My son likes to eat his rice topped with this buffalo mayonnaise. He actually likes sriracha mayonnaise, but there wasn't any at the store, so I bought him that, and he liked it. And then you use butter to saute all the veggies. So I'm gonna put this down. I'm gonna slice the steak, and I'll see you in a couple of minutes. So before I slice the steak, I just want to show you, I sliced the green onions in approximately 1/2 to 1-inch sized slices, but on a diagonal. Do you see? Okay, so your steak, you slice in fajita style strips like that, and you want to get rid of any extra grease that there may be on the meat, because that'll take a long time to get crunchy, and that's the only way that grease like that tastes good, is if it's like in a chicharron style. So I'm actually gonna remove it, because the meat is gonna be sauteed like really quickly. Alright, so there you go. And because I'm gonna throw everything in the wok, I don't mind mixing the juices of my meats. The shrimp is already cooked. The meat is not, but it doesn't matter. There's not going to be any cross-contamination, because I'm going to throw all of them together into the wok. Okay. So I think the bacon is ready. I'm going to get my utensil here, right here. Alright. See this? Alright. That's what you want, that little crunchiness, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the bacon grease and use it to fry the 6 eggs. I'm going to put the phone down so I can put the eggs in there, and then I'll pick it back up. Okay, so I already threw the eggs in there. I'm going to salt and actually no, I'm not going to salt them. Your chicken fried rice recipe has so much soy sauce and so much salt in like the oyster sauce and the ingredients like the jugo Maggi that you don't really need salt because the soy sauce and all those other ingredients have enough. They have enough salt and sodium in them, okay? So you're gonna cook your eggs, and it's okay if they get mixed with the bacon, and then you're gonna remove them. When you remove them, you're gonna put some sesame seed oil and some butter on the wok, and you're going to saute the meats, and then you leave the meats in there, and if you need more soy sauce, if you need more sesame seed oil and more butter, you put a little more in, and then you throw in all the vegetables and you saute them. And then when everything kind of looks cooked, then you throw in the rice, and that's basically what you do. That's all you do. That's how chicken fried rice happens. My egg is kind of sticking to the wok here, so I'm going to put the phone down and see if I can get a different spatula that scoops it all out, okay? Hold on. Okay, so I've already scrambled the eggs, but I want to show you the wok. When you have your wok stick like this, it's an indication that you're in the need to buy a new wok again. And it's no big deal because this wok, I would say, is about maybe 6 months old. I bought it like sometime in May. It only cost me $5, so don't be afraid to buy a new wok because you don't want this problem. Like right now, I'm going to put the phone down, clean this wok because I don't want all of that burnt scrambled egg flavor on my dish. Okay, so I'm back. So I understand that we're in the pandemic and maybe you can't go out and you don't have the leisure to go out and buy a new pan. So even if it's a $5 pan. So what you can do is you can scramble your eggs in a non-stick skillet and then continue using your wok for all the other stuff. So I'm going to grab like a couple of tablespoons of butter, throw them in the wok. I'm going to take some sesame seed oil and just put in about maybe 5 teaspoons. But everything that was in here was about 5 teaspoons full, which is why I'm just basically squirting everything I can out of it. And that goes in the trash because it's done. And you're going to throw your meats in there. Okay. So you're going to lower your heat to about that right there. And you're going to saute your meats. Okay. Let me bring in the chicken. Chicken's already cooked, but we're going to go ahead and get that garlic flavor. Now I've got the garlic right here. So we want, even though the chicken's already cooked, we want it to get the flavor of the sauces that I'm putting in there, okay? So if you don't hear a sizzle, the heat is too low. So go high a little bit and keep working your spoon. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and continue using the wooden spatula that I was using. And I'm going to saute this meat. I think that I'm going to go ahead and add some jugo Maggi. See what I did? So, if you're afraid to use hugomagi, if you don't know how salty it is, just test it out, 5 squirts at a time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the soy sauce. And then look very carefully. 1, 2, 3, 4 tablespoons of your oyster sauce. Okay? And basically, you got to use your nose to guide yourself. Your nose has to get trained to know how much sesame seed oil is used, okay? How much is necessary. If it smells like a Chinese restaurant, you're good. Put in some more pepper in there. And basically you want your meat to cook because that was the only raw thing that was in there. Everything else is already cooked. The ham is cooked. The chicken and the shrimp are already cooked, so you just want the meat to cook. Okay? So you're going to want to cover that for a few minutes, except I don't have a wok cover, but you know what I do have? I have a pizza pan that I use as a cover. So, see you in a few minutes. Because of the way that the meat is cut, you really only need to have it cook about 3 minutes, and it's basically cooked. You uncover it, you throw in your vegetables, and the first thing I do is the cabbage because that's the one that I want to reduce with the most amount of steam. So that's the first one that you put in there. I already threw in another couple of tablespoons of butter. I don't know if you can see it right there. I'm going to put that all the way to the bottom of the wok because this is for your butter. This is for your veggies now. Okay? Right now, I'll taste it to see if it needs more sesame seed oil. If it does, then you put some more in. And you follow that guideline with all of the sauces that you used, which is what? It's hugomagi, soy sauce, and oyster sauce, all along with the sesame seed oil and the butter, okay? Alright, so now, this is looking like a Mongolian barbecue, actually. Alright, cover it a little bit, maybe about a minute, and then we'll add these veggies, and the corn, and the broccoli, which these you add at the very end. Probably you add those even after you add the rice because those are already cooked and they're going to get mushy if they're in there too long, so you don't want to put them in there. At the moment that you add the rice, you add the egg, okay? Alright, so I'll see you in a couple of minutes. Okay, let's taste it. Oh my god. Just by itself like this, it's wonderful. It is so divine. Alright. So, let me tell you something about the vegetables. If you are the type of people that like crunchy vegetables in your chicken fried rice, then you follow the process that I followed. Okay, my boys like them al dente. They don't like mushy vegetables. But if you like mushy vegetables, put those in at the same time that you put the cabbage. Okay? Like that. So at this point, I think you're going to cover it again for another few minutes. It did not need any more of the sauces. And you wait for the veggies to get al dente before adding the final ingredients, which is your rice and the cooked corn and broccoli. Okay? Alright, see you in a few minutes. Okay, so I'm back. And I used my time wisely. I loaded up the dishwasher while I was waiting for these veggies to get al dente. That way we eat and the veggies are ready. And the kitchen is ready too. Okay, there's the egg. And then the rice goes in. Scoops full at a time. And it's your choice how much rice you throw in there. Like if you're carb sensitive and you don't want to use that much rice, then just throw in a couple of cups. And that way you're able to eat what you can eat. And if like your boys who are not watching their carbs want to eat more, they can just serve more rice on the side of their dish. But you've controlled your rice by only putting a limited amount of rice on the actual wok concoction here, okay? Alright, so now I'm gonna mix everything. And just by looking at the color, I already know that chicken fried rice is a little bit more brown than what this is. So I'm going to add some more jugo Maggi. Okay. Maybe I'll add a little bit more of everything. Okay. Here's some oyster sauce. I added about 2 tablespoons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 soy sauce. And maybe 3 squirts of Maggi. 1, 2, 3. Mix it. Reduce your heat. Because everything is fully cooked, you don't want the heat roaring now. You just want to simmer. Just a low heat. Okay. Now it's looking more like the fried rice that you see in the Chinese restaurants. Now, have a taste. Very tasty. Now you add your broccoli and your corn. And I was going to add some peas, but since I put so much carrot in it, and this has carrot, I don't think I'm going to go ahead and put that. Besides, Ramon doesn't like it. Juan does, but Ramoncito hates it, so I won't add the peas. But basically, there you have it. Some Oriental fried rice with shrimp and beef, basically any kind of beef. Flank steak works. Pulpa negra, which is the one that you use for milanesas. Chicken breast. You certainly could use dark chicken pieces too. And ham, and there's bacon in there too. Okay? So, I'm going to leave it there. Let it sit while I prep the table. Alright guys, it's been lovely, and I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you can cook this dinner for your family. Let me show you what it looks served. And there you have it. That's what it looks like served. You see you've got your shrimp there, you've got ham pieces, you've got chicken pieces, and you've got steak pieces. So this is a bona fide delicious chicken, beef, shrimp, ham, and bacon fried rice. I didn't have pork, but if I did, I would add that too. Alright guys, bon appetit, enjoy.